I'm Dr. Dilani Koswatta from Chemistry and Biochemistry Department here at Southwestern University. We focus on inquiry-based learning in our chemistry labs, where our students are encouraged to think outside the box and apply their imagination to real-world problems while following the scientific method. One of the most exciting projects tied into our General Chemistry 2 lab curriculum is the hands-on research experience focused on increasing the polyphenolic content in spinach plants. It's so inspiring to see how engaged students are. One of the best parts of the project is hearing the ideas and watching them troubleshoot when things don't go as planned. It's not always perfect, but the experience is invaluable.
Hi, my name is Kimble Gould, and I'm a first-year biochemistry student here at Southwestern, and I'm on the pre-med track.
I am Sabina Martinez Carreon. I am also a biochem major first year on the pre-med track. One sample was grown with a nitrogen-based fertilizer, the second with a seaweed-based fertilizer, and the third was a control with no additives whatsoever.
And if you're not familiar with phenolic compounds, it's basically a certain type of chemical compound that plants naturally produce, and they have a lot of really interesting applications. Like they're an antioxidant and they're also a defense mechanism for plants, so they're very useful chemical compounds.
The hypothesis was that the samples with an additive, with a fertilizer, were going to have a higher concentration of phenolic content, specifically the nitrogen-based fertilizer. My grandmother always says that a nitrogen-based fertilizer is the best kind of fertilizer one can have.
Yeah, we figured that if we could get a higher concentration using this organic seaweed fertilizer, that would be a really great marketing tactic for companies to sort of advertise like, hey, we use this super organic fertilizer and it has all these increased health benefits. So we were surprised to find that our results actually showed the highest concentration of phenolics in the control group, which didn't have any fertilizers added to it. The nitrogen group, which was a Miracle-Gro, was the second highest, so it had a good amount of phenols, but not as many as we'd expected. And then the seaweed actually had the lowest amount of phenols, which we really didn't expect at all.
In conclusion, we can just say that we should just let Mother Nature do its thing and let nature grow as it's supposed to and not intervene.
I think one of the most valuable things we learned was sort of about experimental design and trial and error, because this project was pretty much completely student-led. It started at the beginning of the semester. We had to draft up these project proposals, and it's like, okay, what are your variables gonna be? You know, how are you gonna apply a certain treatment? What's your hypothesis? And for a lot of us just coming out of high school, like this was kind of the first big experimental project we've done on our own. And so I think we just learned a lot of valuable lessons about like, okay, this is how you set up an experiment. You know, you're trying this, it's not working, let's change it, let's do something else. So a lot of just kind of hands-on learning and critical thinking.
Also, doing the research behind this process. Having a bibliography, having the sources to back up everything that you're doing, and having it be a reputable source. And when talking about spinach and how to grow a plant, it's a little complicated, but we did it. And also how to grow a plant, make something survive, harder than one would think.
Definitely harder than you would think.